I record this video as I get ready for work, so don't mind the uniform. I think people don't actually recognize just how influential Etika was. Um, that man was like the backbone of streaming. Really just content creation as a whole, but really just streaming in general. Like take Kai Cenat and Speed, for example, the two biggest streamers on the planet right now. One of the biggest things about their content is how parasocial they've accidentally or maybe intentionally built with their audience, which people can say, oh, that's just part of streaming. You can't really allocate all the credit to just one person, which to a certain extent is true. However, that man Etika kind of paved the way for the just chatting scene, if we're being honest. Because during the in between sections of him playing the games that he would be playing, his just chatting streams would do crazy numbers. And I don't mean this as in a sense of like, oh yeah, Etika was he's like the only person who pioneered the new age of streaming, because if I had to give it to two people, it would be Etika and Solluminati. Those would be the two biggest people when it comes to like genuinely building up like how streaming is today. Because I just seen that Solluminati just came back to Twitch and how much love that he's getting. And I remember seeing somebody in a comment section on, I think, Instagram Reels or something of that nature, basically saying that, oh yeah, that man Solluminati is basically the Chief Keef of YouTube. And in my head, I'm like, that's not a crazy take, because people don't real, or at least in the hip hop scene, Chief Keef is unintentionally one of the most influential people to ever grace the hip hop sphere. The only people who can rival such influence would probably be Young Thug, or Tupac. Yeah, really just Young Thug or Tupac. Those are like the two big names that have like more influence than Chief Keef. And if I'm being honest, that's another video. So stay tuned for that. Just the biggest influence of hip hop and how their lanes have branched out. But no, Solluminati and Chief Keef share a lot of similarities in that sense. How a lot of streamers ever since from that point, the lingo that they used, he changed the way everybody talks on Twitch. Not even just from the 2K standpoint, because that's mostly, I'm not gonna say mostly, that's the first thing people knew Solluminati for, was because of his 2K content. It's kind of similar to most of the AMP folks, but he translated that to the reaction and just chatting part of Twitch, which you know he had the infamous beefs with Flight Reacts and Doo Doo Garbage, also known as DDG. Um, he had these infamous beefs, which a lot of streamers still try to carry those tendencies to this day in their own content models. Um, and Etika, on the other hand, he has influence, but I would say more in the nerdy space, but in general on Twitch as well. Twitch would not be nowhere near what it is if it wasn't for Etika, Solluminati, and a little bit of a hand for Ninja, if I'm being honest, because his Fortnite reign is still unmatched to this day. Same thing can be said about them other Fortnite guys like Daquan and them. I'm kind of forgetting a lot of their names, but yeah, I personally think that the most influential streamer of all time is kind of a toss up between Solluminati and Etika. So if y'all have any other people y'all think is more influential in that sense, be sure to comment down below who you guys think. Because personally, I'm probably gonna give it up to Solluminati. But other folks might think different. So let me know. Or maybe there's some other names that I forgot about that maybe has changed people's perception of streaming. So I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments below. And that being said, if you liked the video, be sure to like the video and subscribe, because I need that. We're trying to push to 500 subscribers. So I'd appreciate if y'all did that today. But other than that, y'all have a good one.